We are now on the last topic for this lesson, which is the topic for extemporaneous speech. But before that, let us read the lesson objectives. The first objective is you will analyze a sample of an extemporaneous speech. The second objective is to differentiate the advantage and disadvantages of an extemporaneous speech. And the last objective is follow guidelines on how to make and deliver an extemporaneous speech.
Sometimes you will have an advance notice before a speech event. In this situation, you can think ahead what you want to say to your audience and be able to anticipate their responses as you develop an outline to your message. Extemporaneous speech is a method to prepare speech delivery wherein you can achieve a balance between memorized and impromptu speech. This lesson will help you find that perfect balance as well as teach you how you can interact with your audience more.
Vocabulary. Elaborate. Verb. To develop or present something in detail. Verbatim. Verb. Word for word. Precise. Adjective. Exact or definite.
Let us have our essential question. How is an effect extemporaneous speech prepared and delivered?
An extemporaneous speech is delivered with the speaker preparing a speech outline or notes beforehand. When giving this type of speech, the speaker does not read a manuscript word for word, nor does he or she memorize every word. Instead, the speech outline or prepared notes are used as a guide, and the speaker elaborates on it using his or her own words.
Here are other characteristics of an extemporaneous speech. It sounds natural. The speaker uses a conversational tone since the speech is neither read verbatim nor committed to memory. Exact wording is chosen while the speech is being given. The speaker is not limited to using specific words selected in advance. It gives the speaker the chance to practice the flow of the speech using the outlines or notes. It lets the speaker freely engage and interact with the audience. Lastly, it is flexible. It offers greater spontaneity as the speaker may adapt to the situation, gauge the reaction of the audience, and elaborate, explain, or restate ideas as needed. Extemporaneous speaking is a popular and preferred method of delivery for many speakers. There are certain situations, however, when it is inappropriate, such as in formal occasions where precise wording is required. For example, when giving a speech at an inaugural ceremony or delivering a political address, the speaker should be precise in his or her use of words. On the other hand, in many speech situations such as lectures, meetings, oral presentation, and business presentations, extemporaneous speaking is recommended. Below are some ways you can prepare for your extemporaneous speech. Technically speaking, extemporaneous is the most preferred method of delivery for many speakers. However, hindi siya dapat ginagamit sa mga formal occasions na kailangan precise dapat yung wording. For example, as I said earlier, when giving a speech at a political address, the speaker should be precise in his or her use of words because you should be precise always. And on the other hand, in many speech situations, as I said earlier, for example, oral presentation, extemporaneous speaking is really, really recommended.
Here are the 3 steps in studying your extemporaneous topic. First, identify the type of extemporaneous question that you have to answer. Is it a question of facts? Does it revolve around whether something is true or not? Is it a question of value? Does it center on whether the topic is good or bad? Moral or immoral? Just or unjust? Is it a question of policy? It focuses on what policy or rule should be followed. Second, determine if your topic is informative or persuasive. Last, stick your topic and look at all sides and angles of the problem. Once you have identified the purpose of your extemporaneous speech, it is time to prepare for it. Keep these pointers in mind while you prepare and deliver your speech.
Pointers in preparing and delivering an extemporaneous speech. A. Prepare the outlines or notes. Note down your main points as well as the supporting details for each. Include keywords or key phrases that will serve as your guide for explanation or elaboration. Instead of an outline, you may also use a graphic organizer such as flowchart or a concept map, if this suits your topic or purpose better. B. Rehearse your speech using your outlines or notes. Familiarize yourself with your notes so that you can internalize the flow of your speech. Note down what information you need to provide during the delivery. C. Speak in a natural manner. While delivering your speech, talk as if you are conversing with someone. Use shorter sentences and speak clearly in a friendly tone. Make eye contact with the audience and only look at your notes from time to time, such as when citing statistics, quoting an authority, or when you suddenly do not remember an essential idea. D. Pay attention to the audience nonverbal cues. Even though the members of the audience cannot verbally say their feedback, they do communicate with the use of nonverbal cues. Be aware of this and respond appropriately. For example, if you see that they look confused, you may elaborate on the idea by giving examples or restating a point. As with any other type of speech, have an attention-grabbing introduction, an organized body, and a compelling conclusion. You should also emphasize and reinforce your message through verbal and nonverbal cues. So by that, an extemporaneous speech is delivered with minimal preparation, relying on the speaker's knowledge and expertise on the topic. It is typically organized but not memorized word for word, allowing for flexibility and more natural delivery. Speakers use notes or outlines rather than a fully scripted speech.
Key points. An extemporaneous speech, speaker uses notes or guidelines but does not use it word for word. It sounds natural among other speech types since the speaker uses his or her own words while speaking in a conversational tone.
As what the reporters on topic 4 had said, an extemporaneous speech are types of speech that uses notes, but does not state it word for word. It's more like a combination of a manuscript and a memorized speech. It is also stated that extemporaneous speech sounds natural among all other types of speeches because the speaker uses his or her own choice of words, also while speaking in a conventional tone. Thank you for listening.